Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Mystical Carter Awaken Your Essence channel. I've been catching up on the Prepared Minds videos, and he's doing a video set. Well, he did a lot of videos. One of the last topics that he brought up that I thought I might jump on was paranoia and the puppet community. That's back on. No, sometimes you're smoking a cigar and it's back will get in your mouth. But to the paranoia factor, I'm gonna touch on it a little bit, and then when I get back inside, I'm gonna come back with a different video. I do see where the paranoia takes hold, because some people, regardless of what their preference scenario is, because some people prep for a little bit of everything. Everybody doesn't have like one set goal in mind, or disaster in particular that they're prepping for. And I was bringing this up around different people that I've talked to before about it, and some people are ready to go and don't want to be a part of any chaos whatsoever. Any type of blackouts, pandemics, they're like, let's get the bags and get the fuck out of here. And other people like, I don't want to be so quick to leave my house and whatnot. And to a certain extent, people trying to rob you inside of a without rule of law city or community is really no different. Like, for whatever reason, you can get your house ran up in tomorrow using the same exact tactics. Like, the methods that they use wouldn't be no different. The only thing that'll change would be the rest of the stuff that you're dealing with. But I think paranoia plays a little bit into that. But in that case, it's more of an aid than it is an Achilles heel, because it keeps you sharp. Because, I mean, robberies and murder cases and shit like that, it's going on in everyday life now. I mean, let's not be naive about this shit. You know, racist encounters, people bucking back at the police because the police is overstepping their bounds. All of that type of stuff is going on in everyday life now. The only difference is people aren't standing up and having each other's backs in those scenarios. They'll drive on by, see somebody pulled over, see them with a gun, and they don't pull over and ask them, or ask the cop, are they violating their Second Amendment rights? They don't pull over and ask them if the cop had a legit reason to pull them over. Because, I mean, let's be realistic, most of them don't. They pull you over just for the hell of it. You know, they got you socially programmed that whenever you see flashing lights behind you to just automatically pull over, whether you're guilty of anything or not, or whether you feel like they have a reason to be pulling you over, or maybe my tail lights out and that kind of bullshit. You know, to a certain extent, it's still a violation. You know, you got the right to travel free across America. I mean, that's supposed to be in the Constitution, but so much other shit has happened, and this is what gets me about these people that are rotted out for the Constitution. So much shit was left out of the Constitution that people they have never lived by it. And in other cases, the interpretations of it still leave somebody being under the oppressing thumb of the government and of the police officials, and the uniformed badge officials. And nowadays, that's anybody, because look how many different people are armed now that work for the federal government. I mean, the IRS is armed now. Child Protective Services is armed now. I was seeing a list of stuff. The retired railroad commission has a fucking SWAT team now. I mean, Google that shit, yo. So many offices that falls up under the federal jurisdiction has SWAT teams and shit now. That does it really make a difference if you have a concealed carry or not? I mean, if they just want to do some dirty foul shit, you just got. It's not everyday life yet, and it's not being reported on massive scale. But look at the recent events. It was us putting out news of each other that made the mainstream media finally pay attention. It was us and our video cameras and our camera phones and our digital camcorders and stuff that's been putting out more news of everyday disaster type scenarios, whether it's people getting robbed, jumped, um, that stupid little knockout game shit, and that's just not new at all. That might be new to y'all, but that's not new to somebody like me. June, um, that's just more common than what you realize. This shit's about to land on my head. Okay. Um, I think it makes some people paranoid because they didn't realize just how common a lot of these events were. Like, just how often this is happening. Because a lot of people, especially from the South, they'll blame everything on New York. Or they'll blame everything on LA. And it's like, no, this shit is all across the country, every day, all day. Like, little bullshit like this is happening. And it's not getting reported. It's not making the newspapers. It's a lot of shit that goes on that you don't get to see. And in the age of technology and social networking and social media and alternative media, you're getting to see more and more of the chaos that is going on in everyday life. And just like I said, when I was doing a chat with the Green Dragon Tavern, how often do people band together like that and stand up for their fellow man when it's not about guns? You know, when you can't throw a constitutional tag on it, how often do people stand up for each other? And that's one thing that I think is missing. That kind of deflates your cause a little bit when that's the only thing that you're willing to ride out for. And that's just my own personal opinion. If you really want to get the nation behind your back and you have an honest, legit cause and you're not just a band of racist, bigoted rebels running around thinking that you're the hottest thing since sliced bread just because you got the new submachine gun, then you'll have more people on your back, having your back. If you want a united front fighting for one common cause, that's one thing that does have to stop. That's just my 2 cents on it, man. Like I said, I'm going to come back and do more videos talking about the paranoia and how it affects just different scenarios. But I'm going to cut this because I don't know what time I'm on. And I want to keep these videos a little bit short, especially when I'm doing them on my phone. To save battery life. That way I don't have to keep running in and out of the house just to stop and be uploading 2-3 videos for a solid hour. You know what I'm saying? When I'm coming back at y'all with more videos, this is the Awaken Your Essence channel, man. Get those wheels turning, man. Pay attention to what the fuck is going on around you. You don't have to be paranoid, man. Some people say it keeps you on your toes. Other people say it's a hindrance. You know, I think that depends on how extreme you look at every single event that goes on. I'll come right back at you, man. Peace.